I'm Dan Scheffelman. I'm a professor in illustration, and so I was naturally nominated to do some pictures for our idea. And we actually had a problem, I think, or I did, I think I'll speak for everyone, but we had a problem with the actual term innovation, which again, if you're going to be innovative, you can't say innovation, all right? It's done. I mean, it was okay for MIT in 1991, but it's not for us. So the first thing, we just skipped right past here. And we got rid of innovation and we thought about improvisation, because really innovation means new, improvisation means to improve, and it also is a cycle. So if you've ever done improv, the number one rule is yes and. So when you are doing an improv with someone, you add to what they've given you and you give each other gifts, and it's constant, it's a cycle. And then we had another idea about the word circle. So I'm not sure the organization that was brought up, but it's sort of an online innovation website that's a circle. So we thought about, instead of like innovation, something that's going one direction, we have a circle. So again, we were just thinking in pictures. I don't have a lot of words here, but there's 1,000 words for each one of these pictures. So, and we talked about, and I guess because we immediately got into the idea of branding, because I think I was supposed to read this, wasn't I? Back up a little bit. Yeah, I'm improvising, guys. I'm improvising, but that's why I don't need these. But okay, challenge statement: outside relations. FIT operates within a very large ecosystem of partner, supplier, and competitor organizations, and it is of great benefit to FIT students and to the school as a whole to manage its relations with all of these organizations, to provide and enhance learning opportunities for students which add important breadth and depth to their studies, and also help them to build effective personal networks. There is a general agreement that when external partnerships have pertinence to innovation, managing those partnerships is a specific mission of the Innovation Center, so that there will be a more coherent and consistent approach and greater benefits achieved for FIT. Again, I'm not even quite sure what I just read there, but so we kind of went right to the idea of the ecosystem, which I must say was right there in front of me the whole time, and creating an ecosystem, a creative ecosystem at FIT. So in terms of developing partnerships, the first order of business we all agreed was get the word out. You know, whether it's fake it till you make it, you know, so that industry sees us as this innovation center or creative ecosystem or whatever we want to call it, but at the same time, you also do have to be sort of restructuring the culture within that'll do this. So the image that sort of came to mind, and I think crystallized a lot of our thinking about this, was that you have a circle, but you also have an intertwined circle that's the infinity sign with FIT at the center of one side, the world at the other. It's a loose metaphor, and then along this continuum, and continuum is another really good word that I heard in one of the earlier presentations. You have faculty, alum, industry, something over here, students, and it's a continuing process. There should also be intersectional lines that are going across. So we're kind of creating this living organism, and you were mentioning that the textile labs where they're learning about growing plants and to make the textiles, and immediately all my years reading the Encyclopedia Britannica, I remember the circle of life, the ecosystem here. So graphically or visually thinking about this, and you know, not even thinking about it as an innovation center, but as like a living organism. And that's why online is so great, because you have the physical space, but you also have the online space that is in a way a lot more organic than the physical space, or a combination of the two. So inviting industry to be connected in this ecosystem with us, I think, is a really important way for businesses to see us as part of their ecosystem. Now, we did actually come up with some concrete things here other than this stuff. So for implementation, of course, full-time faculty always comes up. To really look at VC, we had a couple of VCs in our group and talking about VC innovation models. So looking to industry for how they innovate, how they, how their innovation labs work, Google, Facebook, their culture, digital culture. And then one idea we had, we wanted to partly answer this question about the implementation process, ABC. A short-term thing would be, all we would have to do is set up a talk or a conference or, an FIT creative ecosystem conference and bring people in and just create a room where this goes on for a weekend. So that's not building a building, that's not, creating a whole new curriculum, that's just doing something that immediately starts like that. What else did I leave out? Anything I'm glaring? A think tank idea. We talked about Chelsea as a physical place where people come. It is already known as, startups, the original, garment district, a creative place, and we're right at the heart of it. And so creating a sense of place like, Stanford and the West Coast. Chelsea doesn't necessarily have that image, and FIT is right at the middle of it, and, branding that more and connecting FIT to the brand of Chelsea. And partnerships. Yeah, it always goes back to rebranding FIT, and we're a fashion school, we have the specialization. I think it was a really good point that, MIT is technology, Parsons is design. What is FIT? Are we proud of the fact that we're rooted in fashion? Do we leverage that? Yes. Redefine the word fashion as to make. There's all kinds of things we can do with the word FIT to brand ourselves and make the world aware of us. That's all I got.